we back. This is the King Teeth Network. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for rocking with us.
Yes, sir.
2022. What it do, 2022?
2022.
We been here, but we making stamps this year. We making unstoppable stamps, I would say. And we got an unstoppable force in the building.
Yes, sir.
We got Art B in the building, the unstoppable. How you doing?
King Teeth. What's good, my guy?
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Nice to finally meet you.
Man.
I've heard so much good things about you.
Well, I'm glad you did. I'm glad. It's out for me to be here, man. I see you doing big things on the King Teeth Network, and
man.
I'm happy to be in the building, man. Y'all got so many cameras in here.
We got lights, cameras going. We
see.
Actually look like a business.
I mean, no, it's legit. No,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, so I'm like, no, I'm geeked to be in the building, man. Let's kick it.
Big facts, big facts. Okay, so Art B the Unstoppable. We have this is our first Christian rapper in the building, y'all. The first Christian rapper.
Okay.
And he really got bars, though. Like
bars.
Like, really bars. Like,
yeah.
And the creativity in the bars is miraculous, I would say.
There you go.
So, let's start with, how did you get your name Art B the Unstoppable?
Man, that was a long time ago. When I very first started writing, a long time ago, like I wrote a song called Unstoppable.
Okay.
And I mean, to be honest, it was so long ago, I don't even really remember how it go. But my guy who I started rapping with was like, dude, you should just be Art B the Unstoppable, because the song for the time was cold, right? He's like, dude, that should be you. Cause I was just going by Art B for a minute.
Okay, so you went by Art B.
Yeah, he's like, man, you should just be Art B the Unstoppable. That song is cold. So I started adding that on there, and it just stuck. Everybody started rolling with the punches, calling me Art B the Unstoppable, and there you go.
I love it.
Yeah.
So take us all the way back. When did you start rapping? Because we're going to get to the project.
Okay.
Because you got a great project out. But we here at the King T Network, we got to go back.
You need the history.
You need the history.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kings and queens go from, wherever we come from.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're here now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to get the real. So let's get the real.
No, it started a long time ago, man. I was probably like a junior in high school. I was like 16 years old.
Wow.
And I was, I was originally like in music, the world of music. I was a drummer. I grew up playing drums in church.
I seen you play the guitar, right?
I do. I play guitar also.
Ooh, many man.
Yeah, man of many talents.
Come on now.
But I started out just as a musician, and I was the youth coordinator. One of the youth at the time, before I became the head, but one of the coordinators at my church, and so my pastor came to me and was like, yo, it's just, I live in Akron.
Okay.
And he said,
are you from Akron?
I'm from Akron, yes.
Okay.
330, stand up.
330,
stand up. Where you at?
We got to put it on the map. Let's talk about it.
So, it's there was a Christian rap artist from Canton.
Okay.
Named Captain. And his real name is Greg McNoy. Shout out to my guy Greg. He in Pittsburgh right now doing big things, man. Go by the name King Gigawatt. So check out King Gigawatt on Apple Music.
On all platforms.
All platforms. But he was Captain at the time. And he's a dope gospel MC.
Okay.
So, my pastor was like, yo, this guy's in Canton. He's supposed to rap at our church on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? But, he ain't got no way. Well, actually, it was our youth weekend. He was supposed to do something Saturday and Sunday. So he said, hey, if I get him to Akron, can he stay with you for the weekend? Can he stay at your house for the weekend, whatever? I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Gotcha.
So he was staying at the house, and, this cat is in my living room on the floor, using my radio, like writing songs, like, you know what I'm saying? He just sitting there. He writing songs, and they hot songs, too.
Ooh, wee.
And he writing, he got stuck.
Okay.
He's like, man, I can't figure out how to finish this bar. And I came up with something. I said, well, why don't you use this? He's like, dude, that's dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he ended up using what I gave him to finish the bar. So
right there, boom, you became a songwriter. Boom, right there.
Right there. Give me my credit.
Give me my credit, bro.
I need it right there. I need it right there.
Yeah.
So I started messing around with him, like, I could probably flow a little bit. So he's like, yeah, look. So, he freestyling. I start freestyling a little bit. He's like, no, you could actually probably really rap if you wanted to.
He was like, wait a second. We're going to wait Because I think you can actually do it.
He's like, yeah. He's like, hey, you know, why don't you feature on this song? Now, I'm about to be on my mixtape. So I was like, cool.
First feature.
First feature, yeah.
Today's price is not yesterday's price.
No. Oh yeah, it's gonna cost some bread now.
Come on now.
But so I did this feature for him on his mixtape. He's like, man, like that's dope. Like you should really consider doing this. So then he's like, why don't you do another one? So before I knew it, like this mixtape he was creating at the time ended up being our mixtape. We ended up just putting out a mixtape together. He's like, yeah. So after that, I was like, dude, I'm gonna really do it. And I started making stuff of my own. And that's the guy who was like, hey, you should just be R&B the Unstoppable. Because I wrote this song called Unstoppable, and it was cold. And then after that, I just started branching off on my own, doing my own thing, and the rest is history.
So he just put that bug.
He just put that bug in me, man, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You had never thought about it before?
Nah, I was in up playing drums, man. I was trying to, like, kill the set, like, chopping it up. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And before that night, man, before you spent the night in my house that weekend, and that cat in my living room writing, I never thought about it.
And how old were you?
16.
Wow.
Yeah.
That night changed your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Changed the trajectory of your life.
Changed the whole trajectory, man.
But God knew it was coming. That's why he did it. Come on,
yeah,
now.
God know.
He
God
already
know.
be knowing what's going on.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
big facts.
Knew.
So you've always been in the church.
Always, man.
Always.
Yeah, my mom ain't play no games, man.
Yeah, talk about it. How was it like growing up?
You know, it was, typical. My
Akron, Ohio.
Akron, Ohio, on the east side.
Okay.
In the Joy Park neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, which is a well-known project down there. But, it's just me and my mom, my brother. It was my grandfather early on before he passed. But, once he passed, it was just me and my brother, man, And, she did the best we could. And we was out there acting up and struggling.
Were you?
Oh, my gosh, big time.
Okay.
But, she always kept us rooted in the church. We used to go to church 3 times a week.
Wow.
Like Sunday service, and then Tuesday night Bible study and choir rehearsal, and then Friday night service. So we was just always in church. But I didn't mind going because, like, my uncle was the pastor. You know what I'm saying?
Family.
So family. So all my cousins that was around my age was there. So I kind of didn't mind going. We just be there chopping it up anyway. But and then it became more than just I'm going there to chop with my cousins. I started getting serious about like my relationship with God.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And
at what age?
Probably about actually probably about like 18, right? Because even though like once I started taking music more seriously, it started developing my relationship with God. Where I'm like, well, if I'm gonna be out here actually rapping this stuff, I feel like I should live it, So I started taking it more seriously, and then God just started to do a work in me, man, and it just grew from there.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So challenges, right? So we all go through challenges, but I believe when you start trying to get closer to God, your challenges get a little bit more extreme and a little bit more aggressive, I would say.
Bro.
So could you take us to one of those times early on when you was like, I'm gonna take this path seriously?
When I'm gonna take this path seriously?
Yes.
Man, because I was rapping for a minute, and then.
Were you ever rapping secular?
No, never rapped secular.
Wow. Okay.
Right, but it was this spot down there called the 412, which was like in Talmadge, which is like a suburb of Akron, and it was a real popular. It was a Christian club. Like,
was it?
Yeah, it was a Christian club. So like every first Friday, the club, the church had like an expansion on that was built just for the youth. It had like a stage in there. Gospel rappers would come in and rock the stage. They have drinks afterward. But it was, of course, it was just like fruit punch and high seas, and sodas and stuff. But they have drinks and they line dance. They would dance. They keep it a line dance, and they weren't twerking up in there. But it was cool,
can't
right?
Twerk for Jesus.
It can't twerk for Jesus. It don't work like that. You can try, but it ain't gonna work. But for a minute, I had stopped rapping. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. I felt like that I wasn't getting the appreciation that I should have been getting.
Okay.
And then, so one night, I was in the 412, and they used to have this open mic night. They had an open mic, and they let all these people come up and spit their bars, whatever, before the feature artists came up.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to I'm not gonna say no names or anything like that, and I'm not trying to downplay anybody. But the cast that came up to that night, it was just like they saying they doing this for God, right? But I feel like if you're gonna proclaim that, you got to be exceptional.
Okay.
You got to be exceptional.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang. And then like it was just kind of like I was embarrassed to be there. Cause I had brought some friends with me, like, yo, we gotta go to the 412. They always have these dope Christian artists there. They be bringing the heat, and then like the night I brought them, and they was like they weren't saved yet. Mm-hmm. The night I brought them, like the heat wasn't there, which is like kind of, it was like kind of like suspect, you know what I'm saying? And then something the spirit just spoke to me. It's like, man, you can't let it go out like that.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gave you a gift for a reason. You can't let things just go out like that. You know what I'm saying?
True that.
So that's when I started writing again and getting back into it, and was like, okay, I'm gonna take this seriously.
Now, what age was that?
That was 22.
I was 22.
That was 22.
All right, we starting to put this timeline together for Art B.
Yeah.
He got introduced to the game at 16. Mm-hmm. You started taking it a little bit more serious around 18.
Yeah.
You got your first kind of real, where I was like, I'm about to just let this go at 22.
Hungry.
I love it. I love it. Okay. So, with that being said, between 16 and 22, right? Mm-hmm. What was your favorite part of the journey of becoming an artist?
My favorite part, man, is, I guess, looking back at it, was actually learning how to write, like music that's relevant. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because
when did you know you could just flow though? Like, was it just?
It was after probably 22.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was. I got into a groove probably about 24.
Okay.
When I put this project out called The Inspiration.
Yes.
And it was like, this is different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, right, this is like a huge leap.
From where you started?
From where I started at, like, right? You know what I'm saying?
Could you see it?
Oh yeah, I could see it. I could see it. Everybody around me saw it. Yeah. Like, I would go back and even say like that earlier stuff. I'd be like, it's whack. And people around me, they try to be like, no, everybody got to start somewhere. And I'm like, nah, it was whack. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta be honest.
Yeah. But the inspiration was such a huge jump. Mm-hmm. Like, from anything that I've done, I was like, oh, I can really do this.
Okay.
Like,
so that was kind of your breakout?
That's when I was like 24. Yeah. That was like as being recognized among my peers in the city as like a legit artist. When people actually start coming out to see me,
wow.
You can put my name on posters and stuff, and churches will be packed.
Wow.
I did a whole concert at the Zion Apostolic. It's like, oh, Art B is there. Sold out the whole church.
What?
It was nuts. That's when
selling churches out.
So that's when they start. Once I made that jump, and people started taking me seriously, I started taking myself. I was like, it was a step that happened. Like, it was like a lyrical jump.
Yeah.
A swag jump. I started playing with a band.
Ooh.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just, a light switch came on.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
the elevation
just happened. Yeah. And I was like, that's when I was like, oh, this could be a career.
Okay. So you weren't even there yet.
No. I wasn't even there yet.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, I wasn't there. I was like, oh, this could be a career. Like, I could really do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and then from there on out, it just got better and better.
I love it. I love it. So the inspiration, where was the inspiration for the inspiration?
Man, the inspiration for that time was just kind of seeing the deterioration of the youth. Like, the inspiration, it has a lot of biblical concepts in it, right? But the main, for me, the inspiration was just letting the youth know that you can be anything that you want to be. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to fall into the stereotypes of being dead or in jail by the time you're 18. Especially for our young black boys, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Of being dead or in jail by the time that you're 18, or being locked up for life by the time you're 21, or not making it to college, you know what I'm saying? Or only being a rapper or a ball player. Like, you could be a doctor, you could be an astronaut, you could be a physicist.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You could be anything. You could be the president. Like,
exactly.
Barack proved that. Yeah. Exactly. So I just wanted to inspire our people to know, like, man, anything that God put in your heart, you can do. Yeah. So that's where the inspiration for it came from. I just got tired of seeing our youth just deteriorate so fast.
So fast.
Yeah.
I love it. So you put that out, great reviews. Mm-hmm. Did that spark the hunger to go right back into the booth? Did you take a break? I
took a break after that.
Okay.
And I shouldn't have. That's when I look back, because I was on fire. I was on a roll.
I respect it.
But, I had just got married, right?
Okay.
At that time. And
personal life.
Right. And it was, but I didn't realize, because see, the inspiration was phenomenal, right? Mm-hmm. Everything before that, I was kind of doing it as a hobby. Like I said, I didn't think I could do this career until I got to that point. But I just got married, so I hired a publicist and kind of like an agent dude, and I was paying this cat like $200 a month, right, to book stuff and go out and do things, and plus I was putting all this money in, at that time, printing CDs and like promotional materials and all this other stuff, and I was traveling anywhere, and so this cat was like trying to book me for like bigger stuff, like he had booked me for out-of-state gigs. Like, it was like a gig in Texas, you know what I'm saying, at this festival, and then a gig in Philadelphia. And then he even had me, I don't know if you heard of the BET Gospel Awards. When the Gospel Awards come on, like, on the main stage that you see on TV, that's the main stage. But then during the commercial, there's a side stage. There's a B stage, Those people entertain the crowd during the commercial when there's nothing going on the main stage. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so he had booked me a spot on that.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the dude was legit.
Huge.
Yeah, he was legit. So, but all these gigs he was setting up that was out of state, none of them was covered, like price-wise. Ooh. Right? Because, I got my area locked down, but they don't know me. Right. You know what I'm saying? So they're not going to fly me out there, cover my hotel, yada, yada. So this is all stuff that I was going to come out of pocket for. My wife seen it just as a waste. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, she just seen it as like not an investment. I'm seeing it as an investment in a possible career, right? So now, the whole time, we just arguing about money. Money. And so, and it got to a point where, plus I'm paying Troy, which was the dude who was booking this stuff for me, my agent at the time. I'm paying him $200 a month. So she see that as a bill, not as an investment. That's a bill.
Absolutely.
I said, you can pay the water and the electric and the gas with that. You know what I'm saying?
And your phone bill.
Come on. So she seen that. So eventually, I'm trying to book this stuff. So now I got to pay for my hotel in all these other cities. Yeah. I got to pay for my flight to all these other cities. For my, I got tired of arguing about money. Yeah. I did. Yeah. So after that little run was over, and I was picking up a lot of steam, man. I just got tired.
You had to stick in there to really.
Yeah. But I said, in my mind, I'm like, I guess I should focus on my marriage, right? Yeah. I just quit.
Everything.
I just quit rapping.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you quit rapping. You let you let the publicist go.
I fired Troy.
Absolutely. But this is your last month, Troy. This is your last month. You're not getting no more.
You're not getting no more.
Scott, you're cut off.
Yeah, you cut off, Troy.
No, that was a decision you had to make for your marriage at the time. Yeah. Was it worth it?
I mean, today I'll say yeah, 'cause I got my little boy now.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And we stayed together. I ended up having my son. So, I mean, I wouldn't trade nothing for him. Oh, so I'll say yeah, it was worth it. Yeah. But I wish I would have done things differently. You know what I'm saying? Maybe just took it to the edge a little more and be like, you're just gonna be mad at me. If you're gonna be mad at me, I don't know. But I would say it was worth it.
So when did you pick it back up? Was it this project that we about to talk about?
No, it wasn't. I did one more. That was even better than the inspiration, called Sin Therapy.
Okay, got you.
And
that's the first one you put on all platforms, because that's the one
that's the first one that I did put on platforms.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay.
I put Sin Therapy on platforms.
Got you. So that's the one I started with.
Yeah. And I didn't really have any help with that, like anybody helping promoting me. I just wanted to create, cause I felt the urge to create again, like, right. So and then by the time my budget was over, like, I put a lot of money into creating Sin Therapy. I had a lot of live instrumentation on that, and production and everything.
That's not even the marketing part.
That's not even the marketing part. So
I already know that. I know that for sure.
Right. So by the time I was done creating Sin Therapy, that's pretty much all it was, man. I just put it out on platforms. It did what it did, and but I mean, it was a phenomenal project. Though.
How did you feel about the project?
It was good. It was at that time was my best work to date. Yeah. Yeah. My best work to date. Till now. So
let's get to it.
Yeah, I blew it out the water, man.
Come on now.
I blew it out the water.
Let's get to it.
I got a new project out called God Be With Me.
Come on now. Because he always is.
Always.
He better be.
I can't make it without him.
I can't. I need him every day.
I got a new project called God Be With Me, man, and it's on fleek.
It's on fleek.
Yeah, it's
different. I ain't gonna lie.
You heard it.
It's different.
It's a masterclass in rap. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a masterclass.
The lyricism on that project, the metaphors, the bars, the deepness of some of the songs, the joy. I mean, you every emotion. You have every emotion in that album, and it's very well put together. So I just got to congratulate you on that. That project was very well placed.
God did some big things on that project. Yeah. Because all the live stuff, like all the tracks that's played by a band, that's
that's the intro, right?
The intro, the For My King, the
you
Shine,
can hear it.
The Shine remix, Finally Free. All them
hit hard.
You know the artist Khalid, the band that tours with him, that's them.
Did that? Wow.
That's them. Yeah. That's them. The band that tours with
is huge.
Is playing on my album.
That's huge, man. How did you connect with them?
Well, my boy, one of my boys I grew up with, shout out to Nate Williams II, you know what I'm saying, legendary piano player.
Okay.
And hit up at N8 Productions. That's INN8. N8 Productions. If you need production, the dude's wild. But one of my childhood friends, I grew up with him. He got the gig. He tours with Khalid. He plays for him. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So when
330 stand up.
330 stand up. We in the building. We in the building.
It's always a lot. It's definitely a lot of Akron natives that's
yes,
doing
sir. We are standing up, man. We representing well. You know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful.
But
all right, so back to that project.
Nate came home. He's on break from tour for a little bit, and
I'm tired, but I got these amazing beats.
He was letting me hear some stuff some production he did.
Yeah.
And of course now he cool with them, so he got his bandmates playing on that stuff. I was like, hey man, if I wanted to do another project, like, you think it's possible you could get these cats? And he's like, I think I could. And he looked out, he hollered at him. They was like, oh, so this your boy? And they was like, yeah, this my boy. It's like, okay, we'll do it.
Wow.
Yeah, and they did it.
Connections, baby.
Connections.
Hey. It's not always what you know, but who you know.
Man, that's true. That's true.
Facts. That's life.
So it just ended up all coming together, and then I was motivated to write, and I just, the album was written in the midst of a pandemic, so and from the very beginning.
The beginning of the pandemic? When did
it was in the middle of it. It was in the middle of it,
so
man.
So did you write this whole project in 2021, or was it the end of 2020?
I started writing the project in the end of 2020, in November of 2020.
Okay.
Is when I started writing.
Gotcha. And you put it out.
And I put it out December 28th, 2021.
So it took about almost over a year.
Yeah.
That's a lot of dedication, right?
A lot of dedication, yeah.
So, are you proud of it?
By the time I wrote it, by the time I was done writing, I started writing in November, and I probably was finished done writing everything in like May.
Wow.
And then I spent the whole summer recording. Mm-hmm. I was in the studio like 3 days a week.
Love it.
For the whole summer.
Back in them church days, ain't
man.
He was gone in 3 days again.
And I really wanted to put it out this year, so after that, we was just focused on, wrapping it up, like engineering, like getting high quality engineering. Like Nate even knew, he sent the songs out to, like a world class engineer, like in Chicago, to have it mixed and mastered, so that
the production the quality is crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah. So it came together good, and then we released it, and it's doing real good, man. The streams are doing real good. It's constantly coming. And it's funny. I'll be like, who's all these people listening to the album? Because I look at it, and it's just up there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God is good. You know what I'm saying?
All the time.
And then, I ran into my new manager. You know what I'm saying? He been booking stuff for me left and right. Shout out to my guy Latif. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Shout out to Pops.
Yeah. Shout out to Latif. Done. But man, he been making it pop. You know what I'm saying? And we just out here now, man.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
So how is the Christian music industry? And this is a 2-part question. Mm-hmm. So the Christian music industry, right? Christian music as a whole, and then the subgenre of rap in Christian music. Can you kind of talk about the two differences?
Man, I feel like more than ever, it's kind of like being put on a bigger platform. Cause I feel like gospel music in itself used to just kind of be niche.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But you're starting to see all these crossovers.
Like Lecrae.
Like Lecrae working with different artists. Like
was he a big
my mind is slipping.
Mountain mover in the
man, he opened a lot of doors.
Okay.
He opened a lot of doors, man. Like and now he's pretty much just a rapper now. You don't even classify Lecrae as a Christian rapper, man, because
is that good or bad?
I think it's good because the message is getting to more people.
It is.
It's getting more people.
It opened a lot of doors.
A lot more people are getting the message. You know, you got Steph Curry talk about how he listened to Lecrae before games and everything like that. So it's reaching a broader audience, and the message is being put out there. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a good thing. That's amazing. You got like Nicki Minaj doing songs with Tasha Cobbs. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like. You know, hey, it's happening, and it's the genres are starting to kind of mold together. But I think it's a good thing because the message and the positivity is getting put out there, man. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, but I think that now as Christian hip hop as a whole is in a weird place, right? Because I feel like a lot of them lost their identity.
Ooh,
you know, because you know, they're trying to just to emulate, you know, what the world is doing, and so that they can sound like them, and then kind of, you know, just pick up and be mainstream, right?
Yeah.
But in that, I feel like they kind of lose some of themselves in doing that. So I think what I tried to do was still just have my own sound and be different, and, you know what I'm saying, just come from a place of what I think, you know what I'm saying, and give different looks throughout the album. Like on the album, you got some songs that are just hot songs that are just positive, and you got songs that are clearly like this is a gospel hip hop song. You got songs that are love songs. You got songs that's just, you know, that's just me telling about how I feel like the opening song of the album is just me just really just getting some things off my chest. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like if, you know, not even in gospel hip hop, but in hip hop in general, man, if you just stay true to yourself and just be you over the mic, that's probably the best option. You know what I'm saying? That's the best road to go down.
Absolutely. Every time, and twice on Sunday.
Twice on Sunday. Be open on Sunday, unlike Chick-fil-A.
Come on now. Okay, so RB, we're coming to a close here, and here at the King TV Network, we like to get some things off our chest, right? Okay. So this segment is called Get It Off Your Chest. So with everything going on, with the music release, the production being amazing, the reviews being great, is there anything you want to get off your chest?
Anything I want to get off my chest? Let's see. As far as the project?
As far as life.
As far as life, man, I will say, as far as life, I will, a couple things. As far as the project, I just want to thank everybody who's involved in putting it together for me. You know what I'm saying? All the producers, my guy Nate, my guy Delamons, who engineered a lot of it, and my guy Celix, who Nate introduced me to, who engineered a lot of it, and all the artists that was featured on there. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of great features.
Yeah. Swoop came out for it.
Shout out to Swoop.
Yeah, shout out to Swoop. Hey, thanks for, you know, giving me your time and being on the remix, the Shine remix with me. And then as far as just life, you know, just keep pushing, man. You know, push. You know, pray until something happens.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Pray until something
happens. That's what push means.
That's a fact.
Yeah, pray until something happens. Sometimes you just seem like you're running into a wall. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And the wall just seems like you can't get to your goal. It's blocking you off. But you gotta pray until something happens, man. And eventually that wall will crumble. So
crumble. You'll get a rope somewhere. Something to happen.
Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact, man. RB, I appreciate you.
Hey, my guy. Thank you for having me on the show.
Amazing.
Yes, sir.
The energy is crazy. The project, God Be With Me.
God Be With Me. It's out now.
Out now
on all platforms.
Come on now.
Apple Music, iTunes, YouTube Music, Amazon, Tidal,
what's your YouTube?
Spotify.
What's your Instagram? What's your stuff?
Check me out on, let's see, on IG is at ArtB6. Follow me on IG because I do a lot of my posting there. My YouTube is just at Art Brown. You know what I'm saying? You can follow me there, but you won't catch me a lot on IG and YouTube. That's the best. That's the two.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man. So thank you again. It's the King TV Network. We in 2022.
King TV.
Thank you, Dad.
God be with me.
For bringing this amazing artist to the table.
Teef is the man.
Absolutely. Scotty Too Hottie. We about done with this one. It's another wrap up of the King TV Network. Interviews. I appreciate everybody. Royal family. We out of here.
We out.